have to inform you about something. Your head has been removed. Now, maybe you didn't ask for this. Maybe that sounds a little bit crazy to you, but I think you will see that that's actually quite the improvement to your prior condition. What exactly do I mean by that? Well, that head, which you believed was on your shoulders, has been removed. Simple as that. Previously, maybe you thought that you were somewhere in there, somewhere in your head, somehow experiencing the world from there. But that whole design was rather inconvenient, so it's been changed up a lot. It's not like your entire field of experience has been removed. That is still very much there. This field of sights, sounds, sensations, thoughts, that has remained. It's just that the observer, the you, which was observing this field of experience, is no longer there. So there is only the field of experience right now. And you will find that this is a much better and enjoyable way of experiencing. And in case you're doubtful about whether this procedure was really performed on you, well, just look down at your body and see whether that head, which previously was there, is still there. And you can see right now that there's this body in front of you. And if you follow it up and you see what it actually terminates in, there is no head. There is just the field of experience. The field of experience no longer has to carry this burden of a separate observer being there, looking at it. It's just allowed to be there as it is, exactly as it presents itself. But in case you are missing this head that was previously there, a bit of your nose and your mouth has been left there. So if you're missing the head, you can just look at that, and maybe that will give you some comfort. But the rest just had to go. It was just too inconvenient. We couldn't keep it there. If you want to see that face which was previously there again, you can simply look into a mirror or even take a picture of yourself. But anytime you look at that face now, it will be at a safe distance. It will no longer be here in the central spot as some kind of outside observer. You can just appreciate it right there where it belongs, as part of the field of experience. You can, of course, still touch this place where you previously had your head, and sensations will still arise. But conveniently, these sensations now no longer arise within a body. They just arise in an awake openness. They're allowed to be free-flowing and undefined in this awakeness. Having sensations appear within a body was a rather constricting and limiting design. So I think this one will be much more preferable for you. And of course, that doesn't just apply to sensations when you touch this part where you previously thought your head was. No matter what part of the body is being felt, all these sensations will now just appear in an unbounded, awake openness. But there's more than that. It's not just that your sensations will now appear in an awake, unbounded openness. The same thing will apply to your thoughts, to your imagination. When all of that was trapped inside this tiny skull, that felt rather suffocating, I imagine. So now your thoughts have the breathing room they need. They are just allowed to appear in this placeless place. And of course they are still experienced, they are not gone. It's just that the way they are experienced is a bit different now, because they now don't have this prison around them anymore. And sounds, by the way, also appear in the same openness now. You don't have to listen to sounds anymore from this confined place of your skull. And you know what's even better than that? These places where thoughts appear, sensations appear, where sounds appear, they are not separate places. Since that would have been rather complicated, from now on, all these different perceptions will appear in a field of experience that is not divided into parts. Sounds, sensations, thoughts, whatever you may perceive, will just appear in one non-separate field of experience. That's a much more elegant design, I find, and I think you will come to appreciate it as well. And if you're still doubtful about whether this procedure has really been performed on you, just again notice what's there on the opposite side of this field of experience. Is there a thing there? A someone who is looking? Or is there just this unbounded, awake field of experience, appearing exactly as it is? Maybe out of habit, you will still believe that the old condition is present, that you somehow are trapped again in the skull prison. But anytime that happens, just notice again that where you believed this prison was, there is just this field of experience. And when that is noticed, there's nothing to do but enjoy that.